Ayo, it's Bryan here. Today, going to be talking about the San Francisco 49ers in their first preseason game against the Kansas City Chiefs that happened a couple days ago. So let's get into it. Now, before I get this video started, I'm back in my college apartment. So there you have it. I'm not in my home anymore. I'm back at school. So if I'm a little busy, I might not make a lot of videos. So I'll try my best to make videos. But if I can't, then I'm sorry. But I'll definitely have some predictions and some reactions to every single game that I can follow, and that I can find, that I can watch, and what have you. But it might be a little bit hard to watch the games, but I will find a way to watch the games and follow the games as much as possible for this season. So it can be a little bit tough this year, but I think I can make it through. So there you have it. But back in my college apartment, fun. And I think I made the camera a little bit better. Last time it was on the other side. It was on this wall, and I thought it was kind of weird because the lighting was really bad and what have you. But I think the lighting here is a lot better than it was last season. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully it's more presentable and what have you. And let's just jump into this video. No more talking about this. So preseason San Francisco 49ers, I had some takeaways for it. I know they won 27-17 or something like that. I really don't care about the score too much, but there was some good, there was some bad. I'm just going to be going over it. So I'm going to be talking about the bad sides of it. Mostly the bad things I had to talk about the 49ers were the offense. The offense was not the best offense I saw from the 49ers. The potential of this offense can be better because Kyle Shanahan is the offensive coordinator / head coach, but it's just the first game, and I can't really say anything about that. But on the flip side, I can say that with the defense, although they had a really good performance, it's just one preseason game. I can't be a prisoner of the moment for either side of the ball, but hopefully they can improve some things on the offense. Hopefully defensively they can keep everything going with a lot of great players, a lot of great talent from all sides of the ball. But going back to the offensive side of the ball, Brian Hoyer, he only played one series, and it wasn't the best. I think he was 1 for 4 for 36 passer rating or something like that. I mean, it wasn't the best stats for Brian Hoyer, but I mean, it's preseason. Anyways, hopefully he can improve on that. Hopefully he gets more playing time against the Denver Broncos this week, and we shall see how he does. But the other quarterback, C.J. whatever, I can't say his name, but C.J., he did a really good job for the 49ers during his playing time. He played the second half, I think. I forgot exactly right now off the top of my head, but I think he played the second half, and he was pretty good. He wasn't too bad. So hopefully he can keep going in the preseason. Maybe he'll overtake Matt Barkley as the backup quarterback, and I wouldn't blame Kyle Shanahan doing that. I think he's shown a lot of potential. I know it's the first preseason game. Please do not take this game as a, oh, he's going to be the starter for the 49ers. I still think Brian Hoyer is going to be the starter for the 49ers, but I can give CJ some credit. I think he'll do really well for the 49ers in the next couple of years if they decide to keep him, what have you, or if he goes anywhere else in free agency for the next couple of years. I think if CJ as a backup, maybe if Brian Hoyer's not having a good game or what have you, maybe he'll take over as a starter quarterback for the 49ers, and maybe he can have a good season. I don't know, but what I saw for the first preseason game, not too bad, not too bad. Joe Williams, he had a pretty good showing as well on the offensive side of the ball, but the one thing that's still a problem, even in the Jim Harbaugh era, is the red zone offense. Oh my gosh, I mean, the defense did a really good job. They got a couple of turnovers, they did a lot of good stops, but then when the 49ers offense had to start playing, they just couldn't do anything. They had to settle for field goals, and that's not good, man. I think for the past couple of years, the 49ers could have won more games if they would have been able to score touchdowns instead of just field goals, and I think that's still a problem in this year's offense. Hopefully Kyle Shanahan can make some adjustments for the regular season and I guess a couple more preseason games coming up and have a good showing in the red zone offense, because every time we get in that red zone offense, it's just scary to be honest with you. Chip Kelly could have had a better season with the 49ers if they were able to score in the red zone, but I mean, they didn't really get there too often, but when they did, they always had to settle for field goals, the same as Jim Tomsula, the same as Jim Harbaugh, definitely, and a lot of missed points potential, a lot of wins being lost just because they couldn't score in the red zone and just had to settle for field goals, and hopefully they can change that. That's the only big gimp I have on the offensive side of the ball, but I think Kyle Shanahan can make some changes during the middle of the season. I think at the beginning of the season when they actually play against real teams in the regular season, I think they still might struggle just a little bit because teams are actually playing for real, but I think maybe during the middle of the season it can start changing to where we actually score in the red zone and score more touchdowns than just field goals. So crossing my finger right there, but I'll just leave it like that. I'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months during the season if they change and what have you. So that's the one concern that I had on the offensive side of the ball, and maybe Brian Hoyer to a little extent, but he just only played one series, so I can't really credit that too much, but it's whatever. So Joe Williams, CJ had great performances, and hopefully they can keep it up. The defensive side of the ball, that was really, really good. They had 2 turnovers against the Kansas City Chiefs, and Solomon Thomas, Reuben Foster, they were great, but Aaron Lynch, he was fantastic. I can't believe it. A lot of people were saying, oh, this guy's going to get cut this year, and maybe I had a little confidence that he might get cut just because he's overweight, and he got suspended last year for PED violations or something like that. He got suspended some way, shape, or form, but Aaron Lynch so far in the preseason, this one game against the Kansas City Chiefs, he had 2 sacks. That was really impressive. So I think this defense is going to surprise some people. Last year, it was just terrible. Don't want to go into that, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But I think this year is going to be a big change, and I think they're going to go maybe top 15 in defense, as I said in my past videos in this offseason. I think they're going to be a really good defense this year. It might take some time to get used to in a couple of weeks when they play real teams like the Panthers and Seahawks and Rams and Cardinals and the whole division pretty much in the first couple of weeks, but I think they're going to be a lot better than they were last year. Oh my gosh, last year. I'm just really excited for that defense. I think Reuben Foster, he's going to be the weak side linebacker now since Malcolm Smith is out for the season, which is pretty disappointing because they paid Malcolm Smith a lot of money, but hopefully he can get healthy and everything can be fine for next year. I'm just excited to see Reuben Foster. Hopefully he keeps keeps the job. Hopefully he can do whatever, but I'm assuming he's going to keep the job unless someone beats him out for it. But I don't think anybody will beat Reuben Foster out for the starting job as outside linebacker. And I'm really excited to see him and Solomon Thomas, but I'm excited to see Reuben Foster more. I think he's going to be really exciting to watch. And the defensive line, not too bad, nothing too crazy. Secondary could use a little bit more work, but not too bad either. But I'm just really excited for this 49er defense. I think that's the one takeaway we can get out of this, is the defense looks really good. It looks like it's going to be a big improvement from last year. But the offensive side of the ball, I have a little bit concerned because maybe Bryan Hoyer to this extent, and they can't score in the red zone. Even with all those turnovers and everything the defense has been doing for the 49ers, the offense still can't get anything going, just had to settle for field goals. But hopefully that can change during the regular season, but I'm not sure. So that's going to be pretty much it, you guys. I said I was going to do this video before my last video, but you know what? I kind of lied. I was like, you know, I want to make a video on this. I don't want to be dead the whole time on YouTube during the preseason. So I just was like, why not just do a little takeaway video? So there you have it. But if you guys have any other takeaways that you guys saw about the 49ers against the Chiefs, please put it in the comment section below. And that's going to be pretty much it. If you guys like this, please like, subscribe, do whatever you want with this. And I will be catching you guys up later. So the next video is going to be the takeaways against the Denver Broncos this weekend. I hope you guys have a nice day, nice weekend, nice whatever. Enjoy the game against the Broncos, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.